Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Kyle here. This is what you read up on the title is absolutely correct. I'm just fed up with wrestling. I'm done with it. After watching last night's Raw, it's just kind of crappy. Was excited to see Jericho back, but I mean, just looking at wrestling today, it's just all wrestling is just really crap. It's like TNA, WWE. They aren't going to get any better. um, Even Ring of Honor, just true. I'm just becoming really stale, with Ring of Honor lately. Um, just, just everything. I mean, just the talent is just not like it used to be. I used to love, the Attitude Era, the Monday Night Wars, WCW, the ECW Revolution. That's when wrestling was really high, and that's when it was just really good. Now wrestling is just, it's not the same anymore. It's really not. So I'm just completely done with wrestling. Um, I'm gonna go to UFC. I've always watched UFC anyway. For the last 6 years, I've watched UFC. But this time I'm gonna turn to UFC completely now. And just stop watching the wrestling because I just can't. I can't take today's wrestling anymore. Today's wrestling is just garbage. The only wrestling I'll be watching would be my old DVDs from back in the '90s and Attitude Era, early 2000s. But I will not watch any more wrestling in this generation or of today. Yes, I'm done with it, and I'll be going to UFC 100% now. So this is Kyle 965 signing out. Oh wait, what the hell was I talking about? I am not stop watching wrestling. I bet I got some of you guys really good. Just messing with you guys. I didn't mean a darn lick of what I just said. Wrestling is in my freaking blood. I've watched wrestling for over 17 years in my life, and I still plan on watching it for another 17, 20, 30, 50 years. Wrestling is in my blood. I grew up watching. I'm not going to turn my back on wrestling. Even though I do stand by what I said a little bit earlier by saying that wrestling I think was much better, in the in the 90s compared to today. However, I don't wish things go back to the Attitude Era and things like that because one, we don't have the type of wrestlers anymore, on writers, and well, WWE has moved on into a different direction than what they once were, back in the 90s. Now the WWE is more of a public company now, so they can't appease us hard fanatics like they used to back in the 90s. However, though, like I said, I'm not turning my back on wrestling. I just plugged this in there just to see how many views this video would get and what would you guys' reactions be. I do watch UFC though still. I have watched UFC for the last 6 years, but to me, nothing to take the place of wrestling, even mixed martial arts. As much as I love mixed martial arts, and I have UFC DVDs, I have a lot of those as well, but that will never take the place of wrestling. Like I said, wrestling is in my DNA. I'm a wrestling fan. I was born a wrestling fan. I'll die a wrestling fan. So, I still love Ring of Honor, and that's still my number one company compared to all wrestling organizations, mainstream and independent. Ring of Honor is still my number one fave company. So yeah, this is just a little joke just to see what you guys' reactions would be. Anyway, I hope you found it funny. But one thing I will mention too, I forgot to mention, and I forgot to do a video of my New Year's resolution. But hey, it's the third, so it's still a new year. So not too late. My New Year's resolution would be I'm gonna watch TNA again. I haven't watched TNA since the Bound for Glory pay-per-view back in October. That's been 3 months since then. I haven't watched TNA. I haven't watched an Impact or pay-per-view. I did see one pay-per-view because one of my subscribers, Ryan, the Mad Science at 7890, he had talked about how terrible this pay-per-view was, and I'm like, is it as bad as you say? He's like, yeah, check it out. So besides that, that's like the only thing I really seen recent of TNA, but every other Impact or any other pay-per-view, I've completely missed. Because I was just fed up with the way, how Bobby Roode got screwed out of the title. And I have heard he's the champion now. They've given him the belt now. But like I said, I'm going to watch TNA again. My my ban I have now lifted. I'm ready now to watch a TNA program again with a clear mind and everything else. I don't expect a lot to change within the 3 months I haven't watched it, but at least now I've cooled down, for my feelings on TNA. So I'll be watching TNA again this Thursday, which means I will be doing TNA Impact reviews every Thursday again, as well as TNA pay-per-view reviews as well. So like I said, by what I said, now that I've lifted my ban and I'm gonna watch TNA again, I still stuck by what I said 3 months ago when I went on hiatus from it, and that is I still do not have emotional investment in that company anymore. So when I go back and watch it this Thursday, my expectations are still going to be how it was, when I was let down at Bound for Glory, and that's, my emotional investment would not be in that company at all. I would not be emotionally invested in that company. And my faith in the company for pushing their stars and their talents, I still will not have faith in that as well. I'm only going to watch TNA, for, the talent that I love down there, like Beer Money, Styles, Jeff Hardy, Anderson, Daniels, Joe, and so many, Austin Aries, and so many other, great talent that I really love down there in that company. That'd be my only vocal point of watching TNA Impact. But to watch it for any type of stories or, to get emotionally invested into the characters, I'm not gonna watch TNA for that. And I'm not blaming the talent. It's just that the company, I don't think, the company can't really, they don't know how to build their stars and how to get people emotionally invested and to capitalize on that, because once they get you emotionally invested into a character, somehow TNA finds a way to drop the ball and screw it up. So I figured myself, why set myself up, for multiple failures and a slap in the face multiple times by being emotionally invested into that company and into what they're doing with their characters and with their wrestlers. So this is my New Year's resolution / little joke I made first 2 minutes of this video. Hope you guys found it funny, and so stay tuned, because this Thursday will be the first in about 3 months that I'll be doing the TNA review. So comment, subscribe. This is Kyle965 here. Peace out.